Hello, this is Michael with Bay Area Attractions, and today we're going to talk about the future of California's Great America. This is going to be the first of, I plan at least 3 videos I'm going to do about this subject or what. But today we're going to mainly focus on the 50th anniversary for Great America, which is going to be happening next year in 2026. As a lot of you know, kind of couple things have happened over the couple of years. Just the end of last year, they announced that Great America was not going to do any special events this year, and they want to concentrate more on thrill rides. And also, right now, the park, they're leasing the land. It was sold to a development company. Right now, they're leasing the land, and I believe the agreement has until I think it's 2022 or not 22, 2032. I think, or 33, I think is when that deal is done. But there's a couple things that may save this park or what. We're going to talk a little bit about that in this video today. So first we're going to talk about the first part of it, which is the 50th anniversary. Like I said, that is happening next year or what. And at the last Winterfest I went to at the end of the year or what, I ran into somebody I know that I've met who watches this channel or what. I've met him in the park a couple of times, and we just got talking about that subject about the special events being canceled, which I know sounds like a bad thing, but I have a feeling it could be a good thing, and I just bear with me, and you'll know why or what. So we were just talking, like I said, about kind of the future of Great America, what, and he had mentioned that they had some friends who has a daughter that works at the park, and they told me that what she's heard is that they are planning some renovations this year for their 50th anniversary, which is a good thing because that means Great America wouldn't spend money on the park if the park's going to be closing in a few years. And then that also coincides with the tweet that they sent out saying that they were not doing any special events basically in 2025. So this is my thought on that. Is that the reason they canceled the events, and I'm hoping it's only to be for this year is what, because they want to do the renovations. Now, most of those renovations, my guess, is going to happen in the fall. The park's closing in mid-October, so they're going to be closed for about 5 months before they open back up in 2026, which will be the start of their 50th anniversary or what. And it's hard to do special events, especially at the end of the year when they have Winterfest and Tricks and Treats, because those are two really big events, and there's a lot of setup for that. So pretty much, they probably start setting up, I think early September for Tricks and Treats, because it takes them a couple of weeks to set everything up, and then that ends at Halloween time, and then they've got about 3-4 weeks before they go into Winterfest, which usually happens right after Thanksgiving, until the beginning of the new year. I think this year was the first year they actually had extended. Usually, I think they've ended on December 31st. They actually extended it to the 5th of January, so they added about another week or so to that or what. So with those two big events back to back, they're not going to have a lot of time to do the renovations I think that they are planning to do. So they probably decided, let's close the park for those couple months, and then they can do the renovations. I can't really see why Great America would not want to do those two events. Those are probably their two biggest events of the year or what. I mean, last year, Carnival they've done for the last couple of years. I think that's been a great event. Been very popular. Peanut Celebration. I'm not as big, but I think that's been wonderful. Oktoberfest, which kind of goes with Tricks and Treats. In 2024, that was the first year they did. I think it was a great event, and they did Food and Wine. So I think maybe they just decided to cancel all of them for this year, and I'm hoping, like I said, for the 50th anniversary, they're all, or at least a lot of them, are going to come back for that. So I think why they're going to close early is what is to do those renovations, because some of them may take some time. Like if you're going to repave some of the walkway and stuff, for them to rip that out and then lay new concrete or brick down, that can sometimes take several weeks or what to do, because it takes time for them to kind of demo that walkway and then pour new concrete or lay new bricks or what. I've seen it done at Disneyland or what, construction videos, and sometimes it takes them several weeks to do that. So I think that's why they want to just close the park so they have an empty park to do all the renovations. They can put scaffolding on all the buildings, to paint, to polish, and all of that. So I think that's why they decided um, to close earlier, what, in October instead of going later and having Winterfest and tricks and treats because of that. So that, I know it sounds like it's bad news, good news, or what, because those events are great, and I'm hoping for their 50th anniversary in 2026, those events will come back because I think, like I said again, Winterfest very popular, and I can't see them getting rid of that. I mean, I can't imagine they're losing money on that event. I've gone the last 3 years. I've done this channel. In the last 2 years, I've gone twice during Winterfest, and it's packed. It is literally just packed. And I'm gonna guess that's probably like it like every day of Winterfest. That is just probably just packed. So I can't imagine them getting rid of that. And same with tricks and treats. Every time I go, there's tons of people everywhere. So I'm hoping those will be back. So I think that goes on what I was talking to, like I said, a friend of the channel about or what. So like they said they heard that they are going to do some renovations or what. So my guess is that's why the park will be closed for those few months. So I think that's going to be good news for the park. So hopefully the park will stay open and stuff. And also, the other part about this is the city of Santa Clara, in a sense, it does have a little bit of a say. They used to actually own the land or what till they sold it to Cedar Fairs, and then Cedar Fairs sold that. Um, the land that Great America's on is zoned for theme park only. And if you're not familiar with zoning, is what it is when you own a piece of land, the city tells you what base. Even though you own it, they say this is zoned for housing or for commercial agriculture, um, retail, whatever. And if you want to change that, you have to go to the city council and say, I want to change this. So for them to, for the owner, if you want, because I think they want to build like warehouses or something on there, um, they would have to go to the city council. And the city council could just say no. And I know the city council was very upset that the land was sold, and they're on Great America's side. So my thought is they're probably going to say no to this. Um, rezoning or what I think they really want to have Great America still there. I mean, it's been obviously part of our community for almost 50 years or what. I can't see why they would just give that up so easily. So we do have the city council, I think, on our side on that. I have looked and I have not found any more information, so I don't know if that deal is still going through or what, or the developer is going to back out of that, or what. Basically just return his check to Great American and say, yeah, forget it, or what. So maybe they're going to work something else out or what, which I hope that they do on that. So I think we will have good news for Great America. I think we're just going to have to wait and see a little bit. But I think I know it looks really bad. I know a lot of people probably upset about that announcement or what, of no special events. And if that's the case, I think Great America should have did a little bit better job. They should have just said, hey, we're gonna pause it. We're gonna want to do some renovations to the park for our 50th anniversary, and then in 2026, maybe they'll do a big celebration at the beginning of the year through summer, and then in the fall they'll go back to tricks and treats and Winterfest, and then after that they'll just go back to their regular schedule. And I don't mind them changing special events up or what. I know they did that a few years ago. They did Red, White, and Brew. They stopped that and then kind of replaced it with food and wine, and that's okay. But I think they really need to bring Carnival, Tricks and Treats, and Winterfest back. I think those are their three big events or what. Now things may change with the merger with Six Flags. Maybe we'll see some new special events or what. But in my opinion, Great America does the best job of the fall events or what. I've covered all the parks or what. And then, except for kind of boardwalk, they don't really do much for the holidays. They don't really do fall stuff. They do a little bit for the holiday times for Christmas. I mean, they put up some Christmas tree and some decorations, and they have like Santa there, but that's pretty much about it. I think Gilroy Gardens does a great job with their Great Big Boo and their North Pole Nights. Those are really great events, especially for families or what. For Six Flags, kind of I was a little disappointed when I went up there for Kids Boo Fest, or was it? It was definitely not as big as Great America's Tricks and Treats. Fright Fest was pretty good. That was the first year I'd actually had been or what. Um, I think they did a pretty good job with those mazes, the scare houses, and then the scare zones they had there. And I think that was great. Or what? I think they kind of falter a little bit on the holiday in the park. Unfortunately, I think the weekend I went might have been not a good weekend to go. But it was the weekend I had left or what, because it was a little rainy that day, so the park wasn't as full. I think that kind of kept people away, and also it was the weekend before Christmas, so a lot of people might instead of going to the park went to the malls or whatever to do their Christmas shopping or what. The park wasn't really that crowded. Um, they didn't have as much entertainment. They had, I think, had a small band. If you saw the video, they were in there. And then they had those carolers or what, which were fine or what. But if you compare it to Great America, Great America just knocks that out of the park. I mean, their holiday event in the park is the best, I think, in the Bay Area or what. So they have a lot of that going for them. And like I said, that place is always packed or what, which is good news or what. So I just wanted to make this video um, about it because I know a lot of people have questions and concerns or what, because a lot of people I know want Great America to stay around, and we're just gonna have to we're gonna be a little bit in the wait and see. But I think this would be a good sign because, like I said, if the park is closing, I don't think they're gonna do the renovations that they would. So it sounds like they're actually gonna put some money into it. And make the park look really nice. I mean, Great America is, for the most part, I think the park is pretty good. I mean, it's pretty clean. I think most of the stuff's pretty up to date or what. You don't go roll around and see, gosh, there's a lot of things that need to repair. I mean, I'm sure there's probably things like little bit things here and there, but for the most part, I think the park looks great. But it could always use a coat of paint or what. Especially for the 50th, I think they really want to plan something big for that. So I think if they just close the park for a couple of months, go through. I don't know if they're going to put a ride in, hopefully, because we have not had a new ride, like a major ride. I mean, Pacific Glider we put in, I think that was about 2 years ago. And then besides that, I think the last one was Railblazer, and I think that's been a few years since I can't remember what year that was put in. I think I want to say it was 2008, I think maybe, or about then that ride was put in. So it's been a while um, since they've done that. Um, and they did say that they want to concentrate on thrill rides or what. So hopefully that means they're going to get a new ride or what. But in my next episode on this, on part 2, I'm going to talk about the thrill rides part of it. And I have some theories, and this is just my theories. I don't have any inside info if this is what would happen or what, but I just have some thoughts on this, and I'm going to share those with you next time or what. I want to hear your thoughts. So if you have any thoughts about this, leave a comment down below, and I'll read them, and maybe I'll do another video with your comments or what, depending on what you say. If you work at Great America, and you have any information, and I know you may not want to share it, you can always email me. My email will be in the description. It's just bayareaattractions1@gmail.com. And I won't reveal your name or anything, but if you have some information or you hear something, please let me know, and I can, if I can, I'll pass that on to our viewers or what, because I think they want to know about that too, because I know a lot of people probably heard the news about no special events, kind of might have thought that's it, the park's just going to be closed. But like I said, I don't think it means that, or I know it sounds bad, but I think if they do the renovations and stuff, I think that's a good thing. Obviously, that means I think the park's going to stay around on that. I hope you enjoyed my video about the future of Great America. Like I said, some of this was what I've heard or what. So, like I said, sounds like good news, even though canceling a special events was bad news or what. I think in the end it's going to be good news, and we're just going to have to kind of wait and see. But anytime I get any updates or what, I will let you know, and maybe we'll do another video like this. Until next time, this is Michael with Bay Area Attractions.